Cheers. All right. Welcome, nerds, turds, Quinn, and Dan, to another HomePod live stream repair. We've got two that need to get fixed up today, so we're gonna do just that. I'll go ahead and peel that off now. One, two. All right. Grabbing myself some new filters here. We'll just have everything ready to go. Some filters for this one. And some filters for the other pod. And a couple of diodes, of course. Okay. Here is Quinn's HomePod with no power. Oh boy, it's time to clean. But not right now. We have a blurry camera. There we go. 4 watts of power being drawn at the wall, yet nothing happening on the top of the HomePod. So that tells me I have lost my spudger. Where in the heck? It's just gone. It was here, and now it's not. We kinda need that. This is why I have a backup iFixit kit, I guess. I pulled, oh, interesting, it's in the trash can. Haha, there we go. Right when I pulled out the spare. Okay, geez, where was I? So, yeah, this has no power. It's got about a couple of watts of power draw from the wall. So that tells us it does have, most likely, the typical failure, which is that Schottky diode inside on the amplifier board having failed for no good reason other than there's a bad batch of diodes floating around out there, and well, thereby replacing it with a new one, the problem won't happen again. But it's still gonna happen. We have no clue how many HomePods out there have this same diode. Well, what I can say is we know that they all have the same diode, but they use a different date range of diodes. There's a particular 2 weeks of these diodes that are the ones that are failing. But that date code is printed on the diode. It's got no correlation to a serial number or anything on the bottom of the HomePod. So unfortunately, it's one of those things where you gotta crack it open to find out if your HomePod has the bad diode or not. On the bright side, though, if your HomePod is working just fine, don't worry about it. No sense cracking it open to find out until it does fail, if it does have it and it does fail. It's not going to save you any more or less time, money, or effort. Subwoofer is in great shape. All right. Here we go, up close. We're going to do a little bit of maintenance first. We're going to replace those ceramic capacitors right here, those 4 big ones. These are the filters for the audio. They're supposed to filter DC voltage. And we see a lot of these fail and decay over time and lead to death parts and other base issues, so this is just one of those parts that we replace as part of any HomePod that comes through here for repairs. It used to be that we could test these, and if they were within a certain range, we didn't have to worry about replacing them, but eventually, we started seeing ones that would test fine and then fail a matter of months later, and I'm not one who likes to get something back that they've already worked on. I like to fix it and move on. So a few extra minutes of work, if it means saving a bunch of time and money in the near future, that is worth it to me. Alright, just had to straighten those out a little more. And a little more. Alright. These do need to be relatively perfect and lined up. They can't be all crooked. Even if they're not touching anything, if they're too crooked, you won't get good results, and you might as well have not done any of that. Intruder! The door's unlocked. Hello? Hi.
We got to put your mom music.
Niche. Everything's pretty good over here. Hope everything is well over there. Yeah. New fuel injectors were leaking and hydro-locked the motor, so now I'm looking for a new motor. I'm torn 50-50 between rebuilding the current engine and just replacing it with another one. I really don't want to rebuild it because I don't want to spend a bunch of money and time rebuilding it just to mess it up and break it again. I would rather spend the same amount of money with much less time and effort and just drop in another replacement motor. But I cannot find a replacement engine for a reasonable amount. So it's kind of just on the back burner for now. Probably for a while. I'll probably end up taking the old motor apart and slowly replacing and rebuilding things over time. That way I don't go stupid broke just getting a whole nother motor all at once, and sure, I'll have the car back, but I've already spent so much money on this car, and then this happens. Gotta slow down for a little bit. Oh yeah, no problem at all. If there are people that fix these things around the world, I would much rather have their info up on my website so that people can reach out to them instead of having people reach out to me and me be like, yeah, I can fix it, but it's going to cost more to ship it to me, and I don't know anybody that's near you that can. Oh, and it's nice to finally have somebody over where you are fixing those too, because I've gotten a lot of asks, but until now. So I hope you've been getting people hitting you up. Can't imagine it would be a huge boost though, because it's an American website, and I don't know how often other people will come across it organically. For some reason, this one is not fitting very well, so we'll try a different one. If it's not fitting right, then it'll leak whenever the bass hits and it'll sound like crap. We don't want that. I'll have to go back through my emails, because there have been, up to this point, there were a few people that asked me, and I told them at the time that we didn't have anybody. I'll have to go through back to my emails and update people and let them know, like, hey, just so you know, there is now a fellow near you that is repairing these. If you still have your broken HomePod, hit them up. Oh boy, I was on my way back today from picking up and dropping off HomePods. And me and a whole bunch of other cars were stuck at this light because it was a 2-lane left turn. There were 2 lanes for turning left, and somehow both of the cars in the front of the lines in both lanes were like 2 car lengths back. So they weren't sitting on the presence sensors, the occupancy sensors built into the road to let the lights know that someone's waiting, so that way the light can turn green. So we're sitting there for like 4 or 5 light cycles. Our left turn never turns green. And I'm sitting here going, these goofballs just don't get it. So I gotta go outside. I have to get out of my car in the middle of traffic, and then I knock on I run up to the lady at the front of the line, and I knock on her window, and I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but the light's not gonna turn green until you pull forward and onto the sensors. They're up there. And she was like, oh, thank you. And she pulls forward, and the light immediately turns green. It was beautiful. I barely had time to get back in my car and throw my seatbelt back on. But it was just... there were multiple problems there. The first problem is the first person that showed up that stopped way too soon. So the light never saw them. The next problem was the next person that pulled up into the next lane and didn't go any farther up than the person next to them, just because they were probably not really consciously driving. They kind of weren't really paying attention probably, so they just pulled up and sat right next to the person next to them. They didn't want to look weird and be the one sitting way too far forward, even though they would have been in the right, and it would have triggered the light sensor and everybody would have moved on. But nope, we gotta wait for someone to get out of their car. And wild. I actually added that a lot of the cameras around my area or a lot of the intersections around my area have traffic cameras on them, and they're public access. So I added a bunch of them to my video server. I'm probably going to go back and pull a copy of that for later. Yeah, of course, the rebuilding the engine route's gonna be the preferred option. Like you said, the peace of mind with all new parts, as opposed to unknown history and condition of a whole set of used parts. And it's an opportunity to replace a few weak links and make things a little beefier. Ideally, I would like to be able to get my hands on just another cheap stock engine to put in the car so I can continue driving it while I take my time rebuilding the broken engine to make some, make some real decent power. Other people drive each other into each other at lights all the time. Yeah. All right. Looks like Quinn is all fixed up.
I'm having trouble.
Perfect. All right, let's move on to Dan. Here we go. Mr. Dan. With no power. Here we go. Power cable already unplugged. Appreciate it, Dan. Here we go. What has this guy got here for us? It's nothing other than a few watts from the wall, so same exact repair gonna go down here. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of maintenance first by replacing the DC filters with new ones to prevent death farts, and then we will take care of the no power issue with the new diode. Almost took my hand off there. Yeah, buddy, you know it. Spares for everything. Between having a spare for everything and knowing how to fix it, nothing can stop you. Well, you might be temporarily impeded, but nothing can completely stop you. Oh boy. Hopefully in the coming weeks, we will have some very big and excellent news. I cannot give any details or hints whatsoever as to what it is. I can't confirm or deny, say yes or no, answer any of your questions about anything, but I will tease you guys and say something big is possibly coming very soon. And I'll leave it at that. And everyone's like, well, yeah, big things happen all the time. Nah, I'm gonna tease you guys. How's our subwoofer? Smells fantastic. Alright. First up, our maintenance. Keep those death farts away. But first, cheers. Beautiful. Dang near perfect. Have I ever thought of coming to India? Absolutely. Oh boy. Top 5 places I've wanted to go to. I want to go to... Well, actually, it might even be top 3. Because if I had to rattle 3 off the top of my head that I haven't been to, I would pick Singapore, India, and I don't know what the third one would be. Probably won't be for a while though, but I don't travel much. I've only ever been out of the country once. Twice if you count Puerto Rico. I'd love to go to like Ukraine or Russia or something wild like that. Meet up with Creo-san. Those guys are wild. What's up, Soman? Actually, I don't know how you pronounce your first name, so I apologize if I'm butchering that. Two HomePods, both are busted. If you have a Discord, join our Discord server. I've got a link at the top of my website. Just click the Discord icon at the top of the website. And post some more details in our Discord server. We might be able to help you. If not me, there's plenty of other people in there that are always itching to beat me to the punch, so... Because we are actually almost done with our repairs here. And unfortunately, I can't usually give much time to troubleshooting and helping people during our repair streams. I've only got so much time to fix what we've got, and then I gotta zip. I've been meaning to hold live streams where we don't fix things, we just kind of hang out and people can ask questions and we can pull things up and mess around. But join our Discord server, we'll be more than happy to help you there, or you can shoot me an email. Let me know what the original problem, let us know what the original problem was with your HomePod, what you replaced to try to fix it, and its current symptoms. and we might be able to give you some ideas. Oh, you're in Bothell? Well, shoot, man. Yeah, definitely shoot me an email, and we'll go back and forth a few times, and you are more than welcome to drop those off, and we can take a look at those and get them fixed up for you. But shoot me an email first. I want to make sure that we're not going to waste anybody's time. Want to make sure what we're getting is something we can fix for you. In worst case, what I'll probably have you do in any case is, of course, bring down all of the parts with you, not just the amplifier board, but the full parts, all of it. That way we can make sure that it was, we can make sure what was broken, fix it, and then make sure everything works when it's all put back together again. Or at least with everything together. But if you don't have a Discord, you don't have to worry about that either. You can just shoot me an email. Whatever's easier for you. Yeah, man, it's our pleasure just, flipping on the camera and trying to share this info with everybody that wants to give it their own shot at it. Or heck, just give that little bit of extra, confidence to other people thinking about sending their pods in for repair. Showing them that we're doing it live really helps. Yeah, mate, thanks for dropping by. It was good chatting with you again. And I don't hope people's HomePods break so that they have to reach out to you, but I do hope that people with broken HomePods find you and get in touch with you. You have a good rest of your day. Day, night, morning. I think you said earlier it was like 3 a.m. for you, so. Yeah, and I won't, I'm not gonna admit or say that I know everything about these HomePods, everything that can go wrong with them, and how to fix every issue. By far, that is not true. But it's because I've encouraged others to join in and post their repair attempts, their findings. I want to get everybody that works on these in the same place so we can all collect that information, and that way more people have access to it and we can get more fixed HomePods out there. I don't care if I get more or less in my mailbox to fix. That's not the goal. The goal is very simply to increase the exposure and availability for repairing these things. And if it wasn't for some of the nerds in our Discord server, we wouldn't know how to fix as much as we do today. Maybe we would have gotten to it eventually, but powers and numbers. Alright, let's get this stuck back on and get out of here. And we have got ourselves some power.
I'm having trouble connecting.
Beautiful. Folks, that's everything fixed up. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.